In these last examples of variation, we're going to talk about joint variation and combined variation. So first, joint variation means one variable varies directly with more than one other variable. So it's still direct variation, hence we see y equals kx, but there's more than one variable, so kxz. It is said y varies jointly as x and z if y equals k times x times z. So jointly is another version of direct variation. Looking at this example, it says find an equation of variation if w varies jointly as d and p, and if w equals 24 when d equals 3 and p equals 2. Alright, so this one is not asking us to solve anything. It just says find an equation. So to find that equation, we still need to find the variation constant. So variation if w varies jointly, that's our key. So w varies jointly as d and p. So k times d times p. And if w equals 24 when d equals 3 and p equals 2. So we plug in what we know. W is 24. We don't know the variation constant. D equals 3 and p equals 2. We multiply what we can. 3 times 2 is 6. And then we undo that multiplication with division. Divide both sides by 6 and k equals 4. We write the equation. Again, we're not solving for anything else. We just need to write the equation now that we know the variation constant. So w equals, replace k with 4, leave d and p as variables. And there's our equation. Try the one on the right. The one on the right is a combined variation, so you have to do jointly and inversely here. Take a moment to think about it. Alright, last example. Find an equation of variation if y varies jointly as x and the square of z. So that's our first half. Y varies jointly. Jointly is a direct variation. So k times x times the square of z. And inversely is w. Inversely means divide. So dividing by w. So there's our start. And if y equals 12 when x equals 5, z equals 3, and w equals 15, we can find the variation constant. So plugging in everything we know. Y was 12. We don't know k. X is 5. Z is 3. We need to square that. And w is 15. So let's simplify. 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 squared is 9. And 9 times 5 is 45. So k times 45 divided by 15. Bring this back up here. And 45 divided by 15 is just 3. So again, I'm just dividing 45 by 15. And now we undo this multiplication with division to get k alone. And k equals 4. We plug that back in because we're only finding an equation. We're not solving. So y equals, k is 4 times x times z squared divided by w. And there's our equation of variation.